That was Disturbed with the Vengeful One, and joining us in the studio now we have Suborbital Lobotomy, so welcome to you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, I think first of all, like band names just being quite simple, how did you reach yours?
Well, basically, we were discussing names and we first came to the name Suborbital because we liked something spacey and that sort of stuff, but it was taken as a name, so I've a massive interest in kind of the dealing of mental health and stuff, and it's the age-old treatment of mental health, which was the suborbital lobotomy, and it's kind of the idea that things may have progressed through the years, but it's no more humane nowadays how they treat mental health patients than shoving something into their brain.
So, I probably should have asked this first, but who are you and what are your roles within the band?
I'm Axel, I'm the singer, screamer, and cool guy.
Yeah, I'm James, I'm the guitarist.
I'm Max, I play drums, hit stuff. I'm Tom, I do the bass.
I do the buttery biscuit bass.
And have you been busy gig-wise? And
Yeah,
well, I mean, like, we've been writing for the album for quite a while, because we've got an album coming out later this year, and we've just been taking a bit of time out just to write some new material, because we've been gigging the same material for quite a while, so we thought we'd do some shows, but over Tramlines we did 3 shows. I did 4 because I did an acoustic. We did like two in a day and stuff like that, so it was busy.
We're showing off the new songs as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
And they've had a good response, so that's all going good for the album anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Speaking of Tramlines, how was the weekend for you all?
You're really good. I really enjoyed it.
I didn't really see much of Tramlines other than actually playing it, but I mean, it was pretty good.
I went out, saw quite a lot of bands and stuff. It's always my favourite weekend of the year because local music is just the best thing in the world, especially when it's you're walking around town on a Saturday Saturday night and it's busier than it is any other time of the year. It's just awesome to see.
Yeah, I were at the Bath Hotel Friday for Fogo Railroad Company there.
I was there on the I can't remember what day to see Goddamn, who were really awesome.
And speaking of the new album, have you previously recorded any other material and released it?
Yeah, we've recorded the EP, which...
Yeah, Mr. Axel, the vocalist here, has his own studio setup. What's it called?
It's called Steam Powered Studios.
Yep, and we self-recorded, self-released this EP. 5 tracks. One of them has a special guest,
which is Mr. Darkor, which is one of the best dark set producers around at the moment. So check out his stuff. But it was cool, the EP, because it was completely our own. We recorded it ourselves, mixed it ourselves, mastered it ourselves. We made the album cover ourselves. Yeah, we made the album cover ourselves. We sourced our own model for the album cover. We sourced our own logo made by a guy called Che Johnson, and it's just completely us. No one else had an input on it, so it's really nice just to have that under our belts.
Yeah, I think creative control's an important thing to have.
Yeah,
definitely.
And do you have that now, being signed to Soundhouse?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. The music's still our own, and we're still writing all our own stuff. And I mean, obviously they're going to advertise for us, aren't they? They are helping us.
Yeah, it's less to do with material that they're helping us and more to do with the actual recording and the more actual being a band ourselves. Like, I wouldn't be happy being in a contract where I didn't have creative control, because such as my lyrics, they just mean everything to me. So like, if someone was to take that responsibility away from me, it would kill so much of the passion to do with the music, I'd say, personally.
We have a certain style now as well. We all know what each other do and what we want.
We can just jam a riff and within
half an hour,
yeah,
the last one.
It's just an entire song. Like, we know what we're doing now. We all jam together really well.
Yeah, like for Tramlines, we had a Thursday practice when we were going on the Saturday. Wrote a whole song in there, and debuted it 2 days later.
Yeah, it took us half an hour to write it, and
this is what happens when the drummer writes the songs, guys.
Speaking of being signed, you've got a celebration gig coming up at the weekend. Would you like to tell everyone more about that?
Yeah, well, at the Mulberry Tavern on Saturday, which is the 8th of August, We are having our big party gig. It's going to be a heck of a night, honestly. You guys just turn out to it because there's just going to be so many people there. It's going to be hectic, but the supports are amazing too. We've got Armageddon Stereo coming up from Manchester, who are a rap metal band. Then we've got local thrash metal legends, Epitaph on main support. So it's going to be great. Kicks off at 8. We'll be on at around about 9:30ish sort of time. So just make it down there because it's going to be so sick.
And is there any cost to that at all?
It's £3 entry, but all the money from it goes towards our album recording. So you coming down helps you hear more of our stuff. So if you like the songs you hear from us, then you'll be able to hear more of it if you turn out. So,
we wouldn't turn down any donations.
No. Or you can buy an EP. EPs are for sale as well. So yeah.
£3 each as well.
Yeah.
Also on Google Play and Amazon. And
iTunes.
I think I got my copy of it off Bandcamp.
Oh right, yeah. It's on there as well.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's called Monster in the Mirror, by the way. We didn't even say that.
Probably shouldn't. Probably should have mentioned that. Have you got any funny stories from your time in your band, like people playing pranks, etc.?
Oh, we've got
Not the same joke story.
Oh, right, yeah. Here's a funny story. No. So we were playing O2 Academy once, and we came up with the funny idea of why don't we get other members of the band to do backing vocals, something which we now do all the time. But at the time it was something really new because I was the only one that had done vocals. So we have Mr. Tom on bass, who is, at the time, still is to a degree, the world's most socially awkward person. So he was there on mic, and they were like, "Okay, could you sound check the mic, please?" Bearing in mind there weren't that many people, and there were a couple of bands and the sound techs. So Tom steps up to the mic and he's going, 1, 2, 1, 2. And they're like, no. Could you sing something into the mic? And all of a sudden we all turn around and we just see Tom go, the palest shade of white known to man. And he's just there. And the song Tool, Schism by Tool just was the first thing and all you could hear was Tom just shaking, going, it was the funniest thing ever.
Obvious great amounts of support from the rest of the band.
Just bent double laughing.
Well, he's doing it now, though, isn't he? He's doing backing vocals now.
In fact, on the last gig we played at Tramlines, for the last song, because there weren't that many people, it was a Sunday at like 11 o'clock, there wasn't never going to be that many people there, but we thought we might as well do something for the crowd that did turn out, so we swapped instruments, and we played a rendition of Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine on different instruments. So I went on drums,
I was on bass.
I play guitar.
And I did the vocals.
Yeah,
and
so
my throat really didn't like me for doing
so
that.
Mr. Schism managed to do Killing in the Name with some great success.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well, actually. I was surprised. We did well.
So how did it sound, you trying the different instruments, or?
Probably awful, to be fair.
Well, drums at least were not that great.
Yeah. No. There was that one bar that was in time.
That single bar was in time.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
You know where he didn't play anything.
So, I think next question for you all would be, who were your influences that really got you into music?
With me, when I first started playing guitar, I was like AC/DC, and then I got into all the riff stuff. Then I eventually got into like Sum 41. Then now I'm more like Alter Bridge, Dream Theater, like only proggy, like metal stuff, like the riffs. So I'm more like low end riff kind of stuff with me.
Yeah, you're not particularly like a lead player. You're more like the really heavy rhythm sort of thing. Like,
I'm still like anyone can do all like wiggly stuff, but I like just heavy riffs.
Yeah,
like
the groove.
The groovy stuff.
Yeah. So for me, I kind of came from. Well, I grew up listening to like Motorhead and Hawkwind and Guns N' Roses and stuff like that. So I grew up on like rock, but then like I've gone into the nu metal era, which is just kind of my thing. So anyone from like, you've got Corey Taylor from Slipknot, who's like my biggest hero, and you got Serge Tankian from System of a Down, but then other bands like Head P and Disturbed and all sorts of bands like that. Just anything with some good groove. Skindred, probably one of my biggest influences. It's just the groove. It's the not sticking to the stereotypes of the genre. So that's kind of what I like. Yeah.
I've always had like a really wide range of music that I listened to. I remember being really young and my dad's playing me like Black Sabbath on vinyl, Led well, as a bassist, got more into like bassists that take more control in the band. So like Lemmy from Motorhead, Justin Chancellor from Tool, and also take a lot of influence from Korn and their sort of bass style, where it's really percussive, and it's got the funk elements to it. And I try and incorporate a lot of that into my playing and writing.
I mean, for me, like, the people that you'll know, like Neil Peart, the Rev, stuff like that, kind of take elements from my drumming. But, I mean, my biggest influence musically and being where I am today has got to be, like, my dad, to be fairly honest, because, like, I mean, he just played me music from when I was young, and, like, I have to thank him for all of it, really.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's something that's taught from a very young age, isn't it? I mean,
It is, yeah.
I mean, where your parents, like, I think for me and my dad, it were originally Motorhead, Journey, Rush, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Sabbath, I remember taking to very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, when it came to that sort of stuff, I got very two different sides of the story. I got my dad my dad doesn't know an oboe from an elbow. He would not know how to play an instrument no matter what it was, but he has like the best taste in music, and I grew up listening to kind of metal off him, whereas my mum was a classical musician and a jazz musician like all her life, so I got that kind of the theory side and the actual playing of instruments from my mum. So yeah, I think it's been a big thing. Yeah,
well, like that. I had a lot of like metal stuff in albums like Kate Bush, so I was a fan of Kate Bush, and then like the heaviest metal ever. It's a weird mix, but yeah.
I mean, I can imagine. So, any future plans for yourselves except for the new album?
Tour.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. So
Make loads of money.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll record this album and hopefully go on tour. And we're playing out of Sheffield, aren't we?
Yeah, we're playing in
Leeds,
Stafford, Lincoln, I think.
Lincoln,
Yeah. So.
But yeah, hopefully we're gonna, if we can, hopefully fund a tour. I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah.
And we've had requests to play different places from people who've heard us and not actually had the chance to see us live yet.
Yeah, some people up in Scotland and stuff like that. So it's always nice to hear that, like people saying that, you know, our music's helping them get through their life and stuff like that. And it's people that I've never met, and you know, a few people I may never meet and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's really nice to hear and stuff. So yeah, we want to go on tour. We want to see as many of you beautiful people out there as we can, and you can see our beautiful faces too.
And the last question, how can people contact you via the internet or other methods?
I mean, the main way is Facebook, really.
Yeah, it's www.facebook.com/Suborbital Lobotomy. So we reply to every message. You send us on there, you can send us anything, it will be replied to. You can send us a sad face, then we will reply with a happy face. You know, just anything.
So, like I said, thank you very much. Like I said, speaking of your Monster in the Mirror EP, we have one of your songs queued up, and would you like to intro it?
Yeah, I would. This is a song. It's one of my personal favourites off the album. I just love the bridge; it gets me pumped every time. So this is a song called "Day of the Dead."